There is a habit so powerful and so quietly explosive that it has carved the lives of more millionaires than chance, talent, or fortune ever could. It is not glamorous and it is not easy. It is not the stuff of headlines and hero worship, but it is the dividing line between those who live as rulers and those who die with their potential still locked inside them. You will not stumble upon this habit. You must seize it. You will not inherit it by accident. You must forge it. And if you do, if you dare to make it your own, you will unlock a power so relentless, so devastating to limitation, that the gates of opportunity will open not by invitation, but by force. It is not luck. It is not timing. It is not even brilliance. It is a simple, savage, daily discipline that rewrites destinies. The habit of deliberate action. Not random action and not reaction. Not waiting for the mood to strike or the stars to align. Deliberate, daily, undeniable. Action driven by vision, sharpened by purpose, fueled by an inner command that refuses to yield. It is the habit that has built empires, the habit that has ripped men from the mud of obscurity and seated them at the tables of kings. And today, if you are willing, it can begin to build you. Because the truth is not complicated. Millionaires are not made by wishing. They are made by moving. And movement, relentless, directed, purpose-filled movement, is a habit you must now build like a fortress, guard like a treasure, and wield like a sword. Master this habit, and the world itself will bend before your feet. Deliberate action is not busyness. It is not frantic motion, noise without direction, endless lists with no soul behind them. The world is full of the busy and the broke. Deliberate action is something rarer, something almost sacred. It is movement that begins in vision, breathes in clarity, and strikes the earth with ruthless force. It is the carpenter who swings the hammer not randomly, but with precision, each strike driving the nail deeper, building what others only dream of. It is the writer who writes, not when the muses sing, but every single day, in silence and solitude, forging masterpieces from raw discipline. It is the builder of fortunes who plants seeds every morning, whether the skies are clear or the storms rage, knowing that harvest always belongs to the consistent. Deliberate action is the habit of those who understand. Results are not gifts. Results are built. They are built in the dark, in the unseen hours, and in the 1,000 decisions that no one applauds. But that forge a life few will ever know. Millionaires do not dream more than others. They move more than others. They understand that dreams without action are illusions. And illusions do not build legacies. There are 3 components that form the indestructible habit of deliberate action: clarity, commitment, consistency. Clarity is the vision. Without it, action is wasted. A ship sailing in circles, burning its own sails. Commitment is the choice. The decision made once, then made again every morning without hesitation. Consistency is the execution, the day-in, day-out motion that compounds into empires while others sleep and doubt. Clarity asks, where am I going? Commitment answers, I will not turn back. Consistency proves it, brick by brick, breath by breath, against every storm. Every millionaire you will ever study, every dynasty you will ever admire, was built on these 3 pillars, etched into the soul of a man or woman who refused to drift. There is no secret beyond this, no shortcut, no softer road. Either you move daily with purpose, or you rot quietly in the fields of forgotten dreams. The habit of deliberate action is the difference between the rulers of fortune and its beggars, and it is a habit you must build, starting now. Not when you feel ready, not when circumstances smile. Now, because the clock is ticking and the future waits for no one. The man who acts once in a while, when inspired, when convenient, builds nothing. But the man who acts every day, even in boredom, even in fear, even in fatigue, builds a fortress so massive that no storm can shake it, because action compounds. Every seed planted today is not a seed added to yesterday's harvest. It is a multiplier. The first step makes the second easier. The second makes the third inevitable. The third makes momentum unstoppable. Most will never understand this. They will act when they are in the mood. And so they will build nothing but fleeting castles of sand. They will wonder why the vision fades, why the door remains locked, why fortune seems to smile on others but not on them. But the truth is brutal and beautiful. The universe rewards the relentless. The millionaire habit is not about grand victories. It is about small, unbreakable decisions made every single day that compound into unstoppable force. It is not the massive leap that wins the race. It is the relentless footfall, the tireless march, the quiet, savage refusal to stop moving forward. And those who understand this, those who embrace the boring, the brutal, the invisible victories, become giants in a world of sleepers. Waiting is the enemy of action. Waiting kills dreams more surely than failure ever could. The man who waits for perfect timing dies waiting. The woman who waits for perfect confidence dies unseen. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect opportunity. There is only the moment you decide to move, and the future you build by doing so. The millionaire habit demands that you bury the addiction to waiting. It demands that you move when you are uncertain. It demands that you act when you are afraid. It demands that you build when the materials seem scarce and the world calls you mad. Because fortune favors the builder, not the waiter. Opportunity dances with the mover, not the dreamer. The doors you seek will not swing open to the one who hesitates. They will crumble before the one who charges. Move now. Move when your hands tremble. Move when your mind doubts. Move when the world says you're not ready. Because readiness is not a feeling. It is a product of action. And action is a choice you must make again and again until it is no longer a battle, but your way of life. There will come a day, perhaps soon, perhaps today, when you will stand at a crossroads. One path will be smooth, familiar, easy. The path of old habits, of drifting, of waiting for signs that never come. The other path will be brutal. It will be paved with the bones of your old excuses. It will be lined with the shattered dreams of those who quit too soon. And it will demand everything. It will demand that you act without guarantees. It will demand that you move without applause. It will demand that you leap without visible ground. This is the moment that separates the millionaires from the masses. This is the moment that separates the rulers from the ruled. This is the moment where the world whispers, "Stay safe." And you roar back, "I was not born for safety. I was born for sovereignty." You must choose now. Will you live the rest of your life waiting, hoping, begging for scraps from the banquet of destiny? Or will you rise, charge, and seize the feast prepared for those who dared to move without permission? Because the crown does not go to the careful. It goes to the bold. The kingdom does not fall to the hesitant. It falls to the deliberate. The future does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who act, daily, relentlessly, without apology. The greatest enemy to action is not the world. It is the identity you cling to. The identity that says, "I am someone who waits. I am someone who hesitates. I am someone who hopes but does not move." If you wish to claim the life reserved for the few, the rulers, the builders, the immortals, you must destroy that identity. You must tear it down without mercy. You must light a fire so fierce inside yourself that the old version of you, the passive, the hesitant, the dreamer without teeth, is reduced to ashes. Because the habit of action is not simply a change of behavior. It is a rebirth of the self. The man who acts daily becomes a new creature. The woman who moves daily becomes a new force. You must choose now. Die as the spectator or live as the architect. Remain trapped in the echoes of indecision, or roar into the world as a being who creates realities where others see only mirages. You must kill the old you with action. You must bury the old you beneath the relentless movement toward the future, because life does not wait. Destiny does not wait, and neither must you. Now walk, not as who you were, but as who you have become. A creator, a builder, a force. The habit of deliberate action is now your bloodline. It is the unseen armor you wear. It is the invisible sword you carry into every battlefield. You will move when others freeze. You will build when others break. You will charge when others crumble. And every step you take, every seed you plant, every blow you strike will compound into a fortress so mighty that the world will have no choice but to bow. They will say you were lucky. They will say you were gifted. Let them talk. You will know the truth, that you were neither lucky nor gifted. You were disciplined, you were deliberate, you were relentless. The millions you build will not be an accident. The empire you forge will not be a coincidence. They will be the natural, inevitable consequence of the habit you chose. The habit of those who shape history while others drift through it unseen. Move now, move daily, move without apology. Let your life be the proof that fortune favors the fierce. Let your legacy be the roar that echoes through the generations. Here was one who moved, and here was one who conquered. Here was one who built not with luck, but with relentless, deliberate will. This is your hour. This is your weapon. This is the habit that builds kings. Forge it, wield it, become it. And the world itself will kneel before the ground you choose to walk upon.